We interrupt this transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
How's everyone doing tonight? Woo! It's Wednesday. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. With Karina ready in her chair. And almost 10 whole people watching from home. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? It's time for the ThinkSoJoE Show!
Welcome to the ThinkSoJoE Show.
What's up?
Laura, nobody is forcing you to watch.
Hi, Laura. It's nice to see you again.
Should we just block her so she can stop complaining?
No, then no one else will listen.
Everybody will still... More people will listen if they don't got to deal with her in the chat. That's why people watch on Twitch and Facebook instead.
Is it?
Yeah.
You think?
And so that's why I watch on Twitch and Facebook instead.
Oh.
Or at ThinkSoJoE.com. You can watch the show right now at ThinkSoJoE.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. Programming note, we're not here next Wednesday. We're here next Tuesday, probably.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Thank you for making the note.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought about it as I was making the appointment for the cat for next Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, yay, do the show, do work, go to sleep for a couple hours, get the cat to the vet, get home, go see Bayside.
Yes.
Or more specifically, go see the Bomb Pops.
You mean Hawthorne Heights?
Go see the Bomb Pops and maybe some Hawthorne
That one
Heights.
song by Hawthorne Heights that I'm looking forward to because
So
I really don't know any other songs.
We're going to sit through all of Hawthorne Heights because Karina knows one song by them.
Yep.
I know two songs by them. And they put on a good show. I've seen them before.
Okay.
So anyway, bring back ThinkSoJoE. I'm going to eventually when I have time,
Yeah.
which is like never. So that never existed. Anyway,
Yeah.
that was all a figment of your imagination. Anything that had that co-host is a figment of your imagination.
Okay.
Anyway. So anyway.
Yeah.
Speaking of co-hosts, my former co-host, my late dear departed co-host, Mr. Brian Mueller. We're having Mueller Mania this Saturday.
It's going to be pretty epic.
Poison and Pros, XM Priory, Inherent Vice, and Tokyo Monsters, hosted by me,
Yep.
who is completely unprepared right now and will be prepared by Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
unless I starve to death by then.
I'll make
That's-
sure to.
That's on me.
Yeah.
That's on me. Like, no, I don't want to eat this. No, I don't want macaroni and cheese with breadcrumbs on it. Think of all the carbs.
Why are you doing this to me? Hi, Mom. Why are you doing this to me? Like, I
Doing it to
want
you.
Yes, I want to make you macaroni. And like, you know what though? Last night's dinner was really good. The pierogies with
Yeah.
turkey sausage.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure the pierogies weren't exactly carb-free, but
No, not at all. But they were better than eating like pasta and garlic bread.
yeah, it's true.
I mean, we had some protein in there with the turkey sausage.
And then at 2:30 in the morning, you're like, let's get food.
Is that how late it was?
No, it was like 12:30, 1
man.
o'clock, something like that. But it was still like, let's order food. Like, what are we going to order?
I wanted Jim's Steakout.
And Jim's was thankfully closed because I never want Jim's Steakout.
I don't know what's wrong with you.
I mean, half of Buffalo calls it Jim's Mistakeout.
Hey, the good thing about that is I'll eat almost anything on that menu. So if they fuck something up for me, it's fine.
No, I mean, they mean it like it's a mistake to eat there.
Oh, I suffer no matter where I eat, so I might as well eat Jim's Steakout.
I mean, if you want to eat at a place that's got Dave Matthews on the wall.
Listen, you're right about the Dave Matthews thing. Maybe we could like get a picture of Steve Kelly and tape it over Dave Matthews. Oh my God, what if we do that?
Interesting.
Let's do that. Let's do that next time we go to the rec room. which we foresee not being there for much longer.
Because it's not across from a taco place anymore.
Taco joint anymore.
Well, I guess technically it's across from Jim's.
But Jim's
And
isn't
Jim's-
a taco joint.
But Jim serves tacos.
and tacos in a bag, but it's not a taco joint.
Right? But they do serve tacos. I guess maybe that's that can extend the life of the rec room. I guess.
I don't know. We're gonna have to see what happens, how this unfolds.
We were just talking before we came on the air about how I got unfriended by somebody after I said that all the good venues are across from taco places. It was a venue owner.
That same person opened a venue across from a Mighty Taco.
After his previous venue that was not across from a taco place closed.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes. It's just an observation. You weren't being a dick per se.
Have I been painting or do I have toothpaste? No, I'm just old. Anyway. Old.
He's salt and pepper.
I'm sophisticated.
That's right.
Anyway.
He did brush his teeth though.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. Here. That's what I've been playing with so far. Yep, you're welcome. So this weekend is Mueller Mania. That's
that's Saturday at Tudor Lounge.
What time does that start? 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock doors.
Music will be at 8.
Music at 8
until
midnight-ish.
Mm-hmm. There will be cookies. There will possibly be other baked goods. There will be pins. There will be patches. There will be a basket raffle.
Mm-hmm.
There will be a 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
All proceeds are going to charities that Brian would have wanted to support, being that we raised our initial goal of being able, what was it, 6,000?
5,000.
5,000 to be able to get Brian's ashes pressed into a vinyl record. And we did that. We didn't even do it. Chris did it.
Yeah.
In 3 days on the GoFundMe, which was just an amazing response. But we had already decided that we were going to have a concert in his memory.
So they show three donators before the list of and it's the most recent, the most money, and the first donation. I was none of those, and I was upset about it. I'm like, come on, this is my best friend, and I'm not any of these.
Well, you're the MC at his memorial show.
So Chris was the first, and then somebody donated, I think, 250.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, okay, you beat me, dude, because I donated, I think my biggest donation was, 210.
Okay.
And then I donated, 25 more later, but, yeah. So.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So we're going to see what we can do. We know that
Karina was playing with a magnet,
It was a magnet. It wasn't that bad this time. We know that Music is Art is on the list, but we don't really know. I got to get a hold of Lily and find out.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, Brian, a supporter of the arts, as he was. We will be donating to some causes to remember him.
Mm-hmm.
But that's going to be some awesome music. There's other stuff going on this weekend, but we don't know anything about that. I didn't do my homework.
Well, if there's anything going on at Nietzsche's this weekend, you have to be fully vaccinated, or
really?
you have to wear a mask. They are checking at the door.
Wow.
Yes.
That's very good to know.
Yes. That's very good of them to do.
Yes.
And I wish other venues around here would implement that.
Speaking
numbers are I haven't looked at the numbers. I don't know this, but San Francisco and New York City are doing pretty well with their ban on being able to go anywhere without being vaccinated. So,
yeah.
Literally, indoor venues you have to be fully vaccinated, regardless of the restaurants, gyms, bars, concert venues, sports arenas. So when I go to San Francisco, I got to prove that I'm vaccinated. Thankfully, I can. I actually have the app I can use there.
Oh, is it similar to the Excelsior app?
Kinda, sorta, yeah.
Yeah.
So I have that. But at the 49ers game, because it is an outdoor venue, you don't have to prove shit. You just show up.
Are you still going to wear a mask, you think?
I don't know, maybe.
Depends on what's going on then.
Yeah. I know I ain't going nowhere for 2 weeks before before I go to San Francisco.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, yeah. So that's the news. is Nietzsche's is requiring full vaccination now.
I wonder if any other venues will follow suit.
I hope so.
Especially being that I've heard like second person of people who got sick at the Mohawk Place infringement shows. Or was it it was the Mohawk Place show that
Mohawk,
got sick.
And then they were saying you should get tested if you went to Nietzsche's the next night too.
Oh, okay.
So I would hope Mohawk would eventually jump on that as well.
Yeah.
And then they won't have to cancel shows as often as they've been doing.
Truth.
But I mean, they're not the only place that's had shows had to cancel. Like,
absolutely.
We had the On the Cinder pickle, pumpkin pickle party or whatever that was. That was supposed to happen this Saturday, and they're unable to do it. They were unable to get the licenses they needed to be able to put on a show there.
Oh, that sucks.
So they have actually been telling people to come to our show.
Oh, good.
Which is amazing of them. We love those guys and On the Cinder. So
yeah, we do.
Yeah. Just talking about going to record with Jay. We were talking about that earlier today.
Yes.
Because I got a brand new microphone for it's gonna go in the booth.
Yeah.
But I was talking about, if I ever were to record music, that would be the vocal mic, because it is the same microphone that Michael Jackson used on Thriller.
Okay.
So it's very, I've been watching local bands. I'm like, dude, is your kick drum mic'd with an SM7B? Like, yeah, man. Okay. And like XM Prior Nick uses an XM7B when they do their practice stuff. So, which, I mean, that's kind of a ridiculous use case for a $500 microphone, but what are you going to do?
Going to use your microphone.
Yeah. So yeah, I put some money into my voiceover and the show, because next I got what's called a cloud lifter coming.
Yes.
So like if you listen to my voice, you can kind of hear like a little bit of a hiss behind it, a little bit, tiny. It's there.
Okay.
If you're really listening for it, we're going to get rid of that, because we're going to have the cloud lifter. That's going to be like dead silent preamps.
Very good.
So we'll have that next week. That's supposed to come tomorrow, apparently.
Oh, okay.
I ordered it today. It's supposed to.
Nice.
They're like, oh, it'll be there tomorrow. Like, okay. Means I can start using my SM7B tomorrow.
That's great.
So, yeah, I'm excited about that. Very excited. I spent a lot of money this week.
What else did you spend some money on?
I bought a new projector.
That's right. I don't want to know.
And I got some drum mics for the Living Brain Dead. So,
all right, I approve.
Yeah. So yeah, I spent a little bit of money. Well, we got a new projector screen.
You say we.
I got a new projector screen, because the one I had was like, I had it hung on the ceiling and it kept falling down.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is getting ridiculous. I need something better. So I got a big, projector screen. It's supposed to be the same size as the one that I was using, but it's like a full a roll up one.
I think that it is the same size, the screen, but the whole apparatus.
I don't think so, though, because if I put the
I don't think so, Joe.
but if I put the get your I don't think so, Joe shirt at merch.thinksojoe.com. Anyway, because I set it up right where the old one would have been. And I set the projector up right where I would have set it up, and it was like not filling the whole screen.
Oh.
So I was like, all right, I need a short throw projector.
Okay.
Which is you could put it closer and it projects a bigger image. So that's what I got.
That's great.
And it's, you
Are
know,
you only going to use it for pay-per-views or?
I don't know. Might watch movies,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a much easier setup now, too, because I don't have to, like, climb up on things and, you know, all that. And I can just set the projector right in front of me, so it's not like I have to go get a stand and set that, you know.
That thing, I can't believe that stand that you rigged up worked. It looks like it's going to tip over.
No, I mean, well, when it was on the mic stand, it looked like it was going to tip over.
Yeah.
Now it's on a light stand.
Oh.
Because I got an adapter for my light stand and
Okay.
But I don't need that anymore. I could just set it right on the little end table we have in that we're using as a coffee table.
Yeah.
Set it right there and put the projector screen right in front of me. It'd be good. NBA Jam's in the next room. Has Karina watched Up yet? No, and Ed Asner died.
Who?
Ed Asner, the actor.
Oh.
And he played Carl in Up.
Oh.
So I actually went and watched, I put Up on when you weren't home. And then I fell asleep before he even had a speaking line. So
What happens if I fall asleep when I watch Up?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because this is inevitable. Like, if I sit down and hold still, I'm going to sleep. I don't care how many monsters I've had. Laura?
I don't know. We'll find out. We'll get the answer in a minute, I guess. But yeah. So yeah, that's. But I watched Up because I'm like, Ed Asner, and I clicked on the link, and it's like, oh, Ed Asner passed away. I'm like, what was he in? And then it's like, oh, he was in Freakazoid, the old WB cartoon, and he had voices on like all these other shows, and he did a voice on The Simpsons. And you can't watch something while you sleep, she says.
Damn it.
And then it's like, he played Carl in Up. Like, oh, okay, I do know who this guy was. All right. You know?
Well, that's a shame.
I am very sad about this.
But she said $10. She's up in her game.
It's $10. You watch Up.
It was $5 last week.
I know.
I'm just saying, maybe I should hold out a little. It is for charity, though. Remember we did that last week?
Yeah, well, you said $100.
Yeah, I'm at 10. Thanks, guys.
So, but yeah, Ed Asner passed away. He also, I also know him as the editor of the paper that Homer worked at when he was a food critic. So
that sucks.
And I saw that clip on Twitter the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, yep, that's definitely Carl from Up. So yeah, and the first thing I did when I found out was like, oh man, I'm really kind of bummed about this. I tweeted and I said like, you know, one of the running gags on the ThinkSoJoE show, is, you know, Karina needs to watch Up.
I don't know that I do need to.
Yes, you do. I think you do.
I will tell you what, I have not watched it. I don't know that I need to watch it.
I just sat through Cheech and Chong.
Ha! You're welcome.
You can sit through Up.
No, I gave you culture. You're trying to get me to cry.
I gave you culture. I'm trying to get you to watch a Disney movie. You gave me culture with Cheech and Chong.
Did I ever tell you about when I went to see Cheech and Chong live in Universal Studios?
No, you did not.
My friend Kelsey and I went to see Cheech and Chong live. I don't really know how I acquired the ticket, but I'll tell you how I acquired the money for the ticket. I sold pop brownies on my way into Universal Studios that I actually snuck them in my dreadlock hat with my dreads. I wrapped the brownies up in my dreads and put the dreads on top of my head in my hat.
Okay.
Yep. I didn't have to be that sneaky. They barely checked me when I went in.
You're watching this movie, and I walked in the middle of it, and I sat down, and I'm watching this. I have no idea what's going on.
Nobody does.
Because it's just all over the place.
It's like a best of kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like skits from all over Cheech and Chong's career.
Gotcha. I still had no idea what was going on.
Pretty much the running gag is
Best thing Tommy Chong ever did was play Leo in that 70s show.
I will not disagree.
And his best line was somebody said, "Hey Leo, what's your idea of a good date?" And he goes, or of the perfect date, he goes, November 13th, man. And
that's his birthday.
of course, I popped for that because that is, in fact, my birthday.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty great.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Actually, I'd venture to say that anybody that was ever on that 70s show, that was probably the best thing they ever did.
yeah. Like, they've done other things.
Maybe Mila Kunis in Family Guy?
True.
Maybe.
But you know what?
But she plays Meg?
If I wanted, or if I fall asleep watching or listening to Family Guy, I dream that 70s show because of Mila Kunis.
Okay.
Yes. That's how it works.
I mean, what has anybody else on that show ever done other than like probably the parents who were probably famous before we were born?
Well, Fez has been in a lot of stuff, but I couldn't, like, he was in Party Monster. That was a great movie with Macaulay Culkin.
Donna was in Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, that one people have an argument for. I never really got into it, but
I watched it. Well, I watched like the first 2 or 3 seasons.
yeah, I just couldn't
And then,
get
like,
into it like that.
Then like by the time season 4 came around, it's like, oh, the new Orange is the New Black is out. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Never got around to watching it. So
Yeah. I don't know. What shows have you watched like over and over besides The Simpsons?
Family Guy, South Park.
Yes.
Which I was tired the other day and I went to bed after you got home.
Mm-hmm.
You were like, I have cookies to bake and all this other stuff to do.
Yeah.
You didn't have dishes to do.
Thank you.
So I like went in and I started flipping through channels and I saw Comedy Central had a bunch of South Park episodes on. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm watching. Fall asleep to.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah.
But what about newer stuff?
Newer stuff that I've watched more than once?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
The Toys That Made Us.
BoJack Horseman.
BoJack, yeah.
Um,
Even that's kind of old now, though.
yeah. Toys That Made Us. I've seen a couple of the episodes twice.
Oh, I thought you were more.
No, I haven't like rewatched I haven't like sat down to rewatch the series, which I probably should do because they're like on Instagram. Like the more people watch this, the more likely we're gonna have a 3rd season.
Oh, okay.
So I might do that. I've watched a couple of. They didn't replace the dog anyway. But I did. I have watched every single episode of the toys and the movies that made us.
Yeah, I have not seen any of them.
Yeah, great shows.
I have heard about them from people other than you, which makes me think that they are good.
Yeah.
And not just you were being a dork about it.
I've watched all of How I Met Your Mother. I've been meaning to rewatch it. I haven't gotten around to it.
I never watched the last episode. I don't know who the mother is.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll rewatch that.
Are you going to make me watch it with you?
You don't have to.
I'll catch an episode here and there, but the truth is, I don't know if I want to know.
So, like, I got into that. Like, I kind of got into that show because, like, I would be bored at work.
Yeah.
And I would just flip channels, and Boris Cookfielder says, I am the mother.
Oh. Damn it. Spoiler.
Anyway.
Fuck.
But I got into that because I would flip on. I would watch like the Tonight Show.
Okay.
And it would come on like after the Tonight Show or something. I don't know. Somehow I ended up watching How I Met Your Mother every night on Fox, and or maybe NBC. I don't know. I feel like it was on Fox, but then how did I get to Fox from NBC? I don't know. But anyway, it would come on at work and I'd watch it, and I'm like, man, this show's actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
And so I I actually kind of binge watched it.
Yeah, hey, it's better than Friends.
Much better than Friends.
Yes.
Anything's better than Friends.
Right.
I mean, I've started getting into Seinfeld lately.
Yes.
And not just like the show, but like I've actually watched some of his stand-up stuff.
Yeah, he's funny.
I watched like he had a special that was I'm telling you for the last time. It was apparently he was like retiring all his old bits.
Oh.
And so I watched that. I think it was
Has
on.
he done anything decent since then?
I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe that was on Paramount Plus, maybe, or HBO
Okay.
Max. One of the two of those. I don't know. We have all these damn streaming services.
Uh-oh, the shoes are coming off.
Oh boy,
Uh-oh.
shoes are coming off.
Shoes getting comfy. Home Alone 5 is greater than Friends, is greater than the ThinkSoJoE show. It's nice to know where we stand.
Says somebody who hates this show but watches every week. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in pizza related news,
Mm-hmm.
guess what happened, guys? This is so grown up. I got a promotion. I'm a manager in training. Look at me go.
I just instantly went to the Drew Carey show. Drew finally got promoted. Drew finally got promoted, and nobody had to die.
I haven't watched the Drew Carey show in like 7 years, but I did binge watch that. Yeah, so
Married with Children. I've probably seen every episode of that show at least twice.
that one's good. That one's good. Yes, I got a promotion, Laura. They promoted me because I can handle the 15, 16, and 17-year-old employees who have never had jobs before. I can tell them what to do without making them want to die. Or, like, making them want to die just the right amount that it's going to get them ready for careers in kitchens. Yeah. So I'm super excited.
So I've never worked in a kitchen.
So you don't get half the shit that I tell you about work, huh?
Well, so like you had me put your coffee maker up on the top shelf because you're not using it, and you're like I'm like trying to reach up. I'm like, here, take the carafe, and you're looking at me funny. And I try to hand it, so I hand it to you. You're like, oh, this is a
Yeah.
carafe.
No, when you said carafe, I knew what you were talking about, but I was like, where on earth did you find that word in your vocabulary? Like, the pot part of the coffee pot would have worked fine. But you said carafe, and that's good too. I just wouldn't have come up with such a fancy
I've
word.
never worked in a kitchen, but I've worked close enough to a kitchen.
Close enough.
When was the last time I got promoted? When I quit my job and started working for myself.
He has a point.
I can't get promoted. I'm the highest possible position in my company.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that was part of the whole thing was like I was in jobs where it was like impossible to get promoted because everybody's like everybody's like in place. So it's like, okay, great. Like I would get like title upgrades like, oh, you're the night manager. Like, cool,
Yeah.
what can I do? Same stuff you've been doing. Okay, great. So, you know, that's you know, once I got out of that, though, it's like, oh, now I make more money than all them.
Right. Yeah. You do more work, though.
No, I don't.
But you do. Like, you actually work when you go to work now instead of, like, you used to work and...
So I used to go and have to, like, sit there.
Yeah.
And, like, in case somebody came in.
Yeah.
Or, you know, and I would have, like, an hour's worth of actual work to do. And I would still have to sit there to get paid. Now, if I don't work, if I'm not working, I'm not getting paid.
Exactly.
So, you know, add the word junior to my job.
Aw.
Anyway. Yes. So.
I just ripped ass. Could you guys see it on the camera?
She totally did. I heard it.
Yeah. Could you guys hear it?
I don't know if they could hear it.
Oh, it's good you guys can't smell it.
I'm sure I can't smell anything. So. Anyway, I'm gonna fix the camera when we go to
Yeah,
break because I'm like
I know.
way off to this side here.
Well, I'm like way over further than I usually am.
Yeah, but if I move the camera like this way, it'll fix everything.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah. So, what do you?
what?
Are we gonna play music?
In a minute, yes.
We have to wait for Laura to demand it.
It's 23 seconds away. Anyway. So, yes, you picked music this week.
I
Actually,
did.
Rick picked music this
Which
week.
is that what is this Rick's pick?
Yes, this
The
is
first
Rick's
one
pick.
is Rick's pick. So Rick Horton of the I'm gonna slow
Metallic
down.
Onslaught.
I'm gonna slow down. Rick Horton of the Metallic Onslaught. Every so often I ask him for suggestions. Every so often he's in my inbox with a suggestion, and this was his suggestion this week, or it was actually last week. This band Invictra released a new single, so this is it.
Yes, it is. And this is called Scrape on All WNY Think So Joe Show.
Perseverance through endless pain. Find the truth in your darkest days. The brightness of your refuse to take. You'll face the devil to take the peace.
That was Invictra on All WNY Think So Joe Show. They've got a new album coming out in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
September 18th, if I recall correctly. I could probably just look it up and, give you the correct information here.
That's something we could do.
Certainly.
Invictra.
Yes, I know. I saw a post and I was reading the post. Anyway. No, not Invicta. Where are they?
I don't see them.
Okay.
Oh.
We'll just do it this way. Invictra Band. Anyway, great radio.
Maybe isn't it?
Their new
September 18th.
September.
You're
Hey, I was
right.
right. Hooray! Go me. Of Flesh, Steel, and Stone, their new release of such name will be available everywhere you listen to music on September 18th in the year of 2021.
That's this year.
They hit the grindstone while the gigs were shut down in 2020, and they're beyond stoked to show you their latest effort. And that was a little taste with their newest single, Scrape, from the new album.
I like it.
So that's coming out September 18th. You can pick
Rick's
that up.
picks are always winners.
Pick that up wherever you listen to music.
Yes. So do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I shared a post on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and the post said, ska, 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 and stuff. And there's a translation available. And now I got to find it again. Motherfucker. Here we go. Okay, see translation. Should the shell be the shell of the shell shall be to the shoulder should be the sky, the shine should be the shoulder. What the fuck nonsense is this? It was ska. I didn't mean to say anything profound.
I also shared a post earlier.
What was your post?
It says, there once was a singer of old who then broke away from the away from the fold. He won't give you up. He won't let you down. In a word, you've been limerick rolled.
You're an asshole.
Anyways.
Yep. Yep, you're an asshole.
Maybe I'll put that on vinyl after the show.
Not while I'm in here.
Been listening to, I said after the show.
Oh, okay.
I've been listening to vinyl. I put on some vinyl earlier because it was like, it's the 40th anniversary of Hall & Oates' Private Eyes, which is what our
Yes.
thumbnail this week is based on.
And that would
the album,
explain all the clapping from the studio.
the album artwork. Yes, it totally would. The album artwork, we kind of took our faces and replaced Hall & Oates in the thumbnail this week.
Yes.
Uh,
Clever. Very clever.
And then I got a text something about the Doors, and I was like, okay, I'm going to listen to the Doors now.
Yeah.
So, which happened to be like right down the row from Daryl Hall and John Oates. So it's like, hey, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, right there. There's the Doors. I'll put that on. Why not?
Okay. But other than Rick Astley, what do you think you're going to listen to later?
Probably nothing because AEW's on after the
You
show.
don't listen to music while you watch wrestling?
No.
Oh.
I watch wrestling
For
and
the commentary, right?
typically fall asleep. Or I'll play like a video game or something.
Oh,
Depends. Depends on my mood.
okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
What's up? Oh, I didn't do my homework again.
again. So we have no idea what else is going on this weekend besides.
That's not completely true. I know the Blue Heron Festival is this week. I know some shit that got canceled was this week.
But Mueller Mania is Saturday night at Tudor Lounge.
That's true, and that's enough. That's all you need to know.
Doors at 7:00, and bands, if you're listening, load in at 7:00.
Oh shit! Maybe
Since I-
we should get a hold of them.
Since I've gotten 2 texts from the same band asking what time load in is, like, you guys don't talk to each other outside of practice, do you?
That's yeah.
Anyway,
I'm really excited about the music that is going to be there, though.
yes, that's
It's going to be Inherent Vice's last show,
yeah.
which is super disappointing. And Nick even called us out on not playing Inherent Vice
Now,
before their last show.
Let's talk
us
about this
explain this.
conversation we had yesterday,
Oh,
where you were like, "Oh, I picked out some music." I'm like, "Aren't we just gonna play all the bands from Mueller Mania?"
we could have, but it also seems like we play all of that music fairly often, and we're trying to give everybody a chance here.
Sure.
That would have made life a lot easier.
Yeah, I wouldn't have had to go fishing around for Facebook pages that don't exist.
They sure don't.
Voice in Captivity.
Yeah, but the music was neat.
The music's good.
Yeah, I totally could see them playing with some of our friends' bands if they haven't already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've played Fox 45 before.
Yes,
they're
we
pretty
have.
good. I went to. I'm like, okay, this is like the shortest song on the album. Let me program this one. And I start programming it. I'm like, I know this song, and so I looked up the last time we played them, which I think it was like in May or something like that.
Mhm.
And I'm like, let me hear what song I played. Like, oh, look, it's the same song. So I went and picked a different song.
Yeah.
So I, wanted to do something different this time.
Yeah.
And same with Tokyo Monsters, because we play them all the time. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay.
But we haven't played them in a long ass time.
It's been a few. We haven't played them since May, but we played them twice in May. And in fact, the last time we played Fox 45, we also played Invictra.
No shit. That
Yes.
must have been the week that we talked to Rick.
It might have been. Fox 45 was definitely Rick's pick. I can tell you that much. Is Karina drinking a Coca-Cola? No. There is a Coca-Cola in our fridge.
There is a Coca-Cola. It's
Just
going to be
randomly.
in there forever next to our blue. Yeah, it's just a Monster. You don't have to get concerned. I'm not breaking brand with our lack of Pepsi sponsorship. Joe is by drinking so much water lately. His contract says that in order to not be sponsored, he has to drink a certain amount of Pepsi, and he's been drinking water.
I've been drinking a lot of water. Like, we got 6 packs like a week ago, and there's still like a bunch of them still down there.
And it's funny
I think I've
because
been
we had
through,
to
like,
fight
one
like
or
hell
two.
for those 6 packs.
We did, because they were like, oh, it said you only wanted 1. Like, no, the fuck it didn't. It said I wanted 6, motherfucker.
Right.
So I had to like, I had to start like chatting with the shoppers like, hey, 36 bottles of Pepsi, not just 6.
Yeah.
It's 6 6-packs, 6 times 6, 36 bottles. Okay, let's. Anyway. And if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. Anyway. She's smiling like she knows what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sure some of the chat knows what
It's
I'm talking
wrestling
about.
stuff,
Yeah,
right?
anyway.
Yeah, I knew it was wrestling stuff.
Anyway.
I knew I didn't care. Yeah. So do you want to see this? See, look at this right here.
Is that your callus from
That's
your
my
pizza
pizza callus from my
the
pizza cutter.
cutters? She's going full Nick Gage on those pizzas.
Apparently, I am being a little too aggressive with my pizza cutting. But I really, like, when you get a pizza and it's not cut all the way to the crust and you have to, like, get out a knife or your own pizza cutter or whatever, that's bullshit. I try to make sure that I cut every slice all the way. And in doing so, I injure myself. So please enjoy your pizzas, everybody.
Karina's gonna show up in GCW. She's gonna be fighting a death match with Nick Gage. Battle of the Pizza Cutters.
What if? What if? It's a very versatile weapon.
It is. Just like the SM7B is a very versatile microphone. I get in this conversation with Leland, and we get onto like how versatile that mic is, and he's like, "Oh, it's like PRS guitars. They're very versatile." And I'm like, "Yeah, I got one of those right over here."
Yeah.
Like, I hated it for the first year I had it. Now I got it set up, and now it's good, and now I'm looking forward to playing it, but I don't know when that's gonna happen. I know we're gonna go back to band practice soon. John's cleared.
Yeah. How's he doing?
John's cleared.
That's great.
He's doing well. He's able to go back to practice. So
Good news.
so finally we'll be able to kind of practice before this show next month, October 9th.
Speaking of next month, do you have the 29th show list? I told somebody somewhere on Facebook that I would. That's not
Garbage
the
bags,
card.
butter,
That is
Pepsi.
not the card in question.
What's this?
That is
No,
also not the card in question.
No,
Damn it.
I don't have it on. I don't have it handy.
Okay, so then I don't know where it is because I definitely gave it to you.
Stamps
There it
1029 Magic Tones, and yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so at Stamps Halloween weekend, this is the Friday before Halloween, which is on a Sunday, the 29th, we have Magic Tones, Yellow Sauce, Anxious Kids Make Good People, Carrie Faye, and Janie Crash, and the Tall Men. You don't want to forget the Tall Men. This is going to be great. This is going to be so much fun. It's going to be costume themed. It's going to be Halloween themed. We have the whole weekend. We have Friday and Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole place is going to be decorated all weekend.
Eventually, I'll finish booking Saturday.
I have been working on it a little bit. So if you guys want to play Saturday, let us know. It's going to be great.
Mm-hmm. Who's dinging? Who's not on silent here?
It was me, but I thought I was on silent, if that counts for anything. It looks like, in fact, I am turned up all the way.
My phone went back on silent as soon as I got the phone call I was waiting for. So
I thought mine did too, but apparently I am mistaken.
I got to get back to my buddy. We've been talking about going to Pocketeer Billiards. Me and a couple of friends of mine.
Yeah.
And I'm the worst at getting a hold of people.
I know.
So I was like, my one friend posted a thing about the place, and I was like, oh man, me and you and Greg still need to go here. And Greg's like, hey, I text, message me with your number and I'll call you. And I just haven't yet. I'm like, I'll get back to you tomorrow. It's been like, yeah, I'll do that tonight after the show. Just because, like, when he's going to call me, I want to be available for him to call me, like, because I haven't talked to him in a long time, so who knows how long that conversation's going to be, too,
That's true.
So, because you're very important, you're grown up with a very important job.
I am still in training for an important job. I do not have an important job yet.
I have an important job. People need to get a hold of me.
That's true. And also,
I usually look at it like,
my
what the
lipstick is all fucked up in the camera, but I can't do anything about it.
I usually look at the message like, what the fuck do you want?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you want me to do your job today? Did you pay for that? No. Okay. See you tomorrow. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. So I learned how to count down a drawer.
Uh-huh. You've worked retail.
I've worked retail, so this was
You've
not
worked
much
restaurants.
new for me.
Okay.
But every computer system is a little different.
Sure.
So I'm basically learning the software.
Gotcha.
We had such a dead day on my first day of training that the delivery person from open to close had 3 fucking deliveries. I felt so bad. Like, this poor guy is living on tips. He made not even his gas money back that day.
How'd you guys do during the Bills game on Saturday?
Wow. Okay. So I didn't realize that football season was like this ongoing thing that lasts a season. So I remembered last week that I had to be in on Saturday at noon. And I did not remember this week. So I got a phone call. I was just waking up at noon. I got a phone call at like 12:30. And it was, I got a phone call. I'm taking a morning shit, okay? My mom gets a phone call from Paul saying, hey, Karina's supposed to be at work. Where's Karina? So my mom had to tell me to go to work. And I ran out the door. I didn't even finish my morning pooping. Usually I go like 3 times at least. I did like half a dump and didn't put in my contacts, didn't do my hair. I just fucking ran out the door because I'm like half an hour late on an important day, football. And I run in. I don't even clock in. I run in. There are pizzas lined up on the table to be cut. The fucking oven is full of pizza. It was so busy, and I wasn't there, but like all the managers were there, and I'm like, great. I just agreed to fucking be a manager, and then I don't show up to work like the next fucking day, and yeah, so it was completely steady and not necessarily like overwhelming busy, but it was like busy, steady busy all fucking day. And I don't know how long I thought football season lasted. I was like, 1 week is enough. And I knew
it's
it was
not even
preseason.
regular season yet.
Yeah, I knew that was preseason, so I don't know. I just kind of thought it was over.
You get this weekend off, and then next weekend is regular season.
Well, I get this Saturday off anyways because
it's true. You
I
got
am
Mueller Mania.
doing Mueller Mania. Bills game sounded important. Is it the same for Sabres? Sometimes. John Johnson. Sometimes it's the same for Sabres games. But at the same time, I haven't worked Sabres season in 5 years.
I mean, the most posts about the Sabres around here get like laugh reacts. So,
but people do watch the games still.
If that tells you anything, I don't even get the channel the Sabres are on now.
Really? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna use a VPN with ESPN Plus, so I can.
Is that legal?
So like when I forget who I was talking to. It must have been somebody at a VPN somewhere. But I was talking to somebody and I said, hey, I got a question. You know, what if I sign up for the NHL Center Ice package? Would I be able to, I could do that too. Stream NHL from not so legal site. You know, if I get the NHL Center Ice package and I use your VPN, can I watch in-market games? And they said, you know, we asked around and the people here said you could do it. Like, okay, cool. So my hope is now that, like, I went to go sign up for Center Ice after I canceled cable.
Yeah.
And it was like, all the NHL games are now on ESPN Plus with local blackouts. If you could watch the game locally, you can't watch it on ESPN Plus. So I'm thinking maybe if I just use my VPN and I can maybe tell the computer I'm in Chicago and watch Sabres games.
Okay.
So
Laura says do things legally, folks.
yes, we do not condone doing things illegally. So don't
Speak for yourself.
don't do things that I tell you to do. Anyway.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yes. Full disclaimer. Don't steal content, folks.
Yeah. Also, don't pronounce the L in folks.
Folks.
Okay, say bagel.
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 Yeah,
Say
bagel.
milk.
Milk.
Pretzel.
Pretzel.
Jalapeno.
Quesadilla.
Remember Napoleon Dynamite? Did
No.
you ever watch that?
That movie. I watched 10 minutes of that movie and was like, "Fuck this."
I
shit.
know, right? I've watched it so many times. The tater tots in Napoleon's pocket. Did you see that part?
No.
He didn't finish his lunch. He had his tater tots left over, so he put them in his cargo pocket. And then he's like eating his fucking tater tots in class, and like some jock's like, Napoleon, give me your tots. It's you have to watch it in context. It's funny. It's like the best part of the whole fucking movie.
I literally was like, "Oh, this movie's very popular. Let me watch this movie." I watched 10 minutes. And I'm like, "This is the second worst thing I've ever fucking seen."
Has anybody else seen Napoleon Dynamite? You can let us know in the chat.
Yeah.
Also, have you seen it lately?
I watched 10 minutes. I'm like, "This is so fucking stupid."
It's bad. It's bad. But there are like those quotable moments.
Literally, the only movie I saw that was worse than that was Freddy Got Fingered. I watched 5 minutes of that, and I'm like, "This is fucking stupid." And turned it off.
If you can sit through all of Freddy Got Fingered, it's actually pretty funny. But Napoleon Dynamite, yeah, it's not. But I'm glad that I've seen it, just for like the moon boots.
I will tell you this right now. I would rewatch every single movie we did during Joe Knows Jack with Brian. I would rewatch every single one of those before I'd ever watch fucking Napoleon Dynamite again.
With the tater tots. Napoleon Dynamite is the greatest movie in the state, in the country, the world, maybe even the universe. Yes.
Look, I would sit through Captain America again before I watch fucking Napoleon Dynamite.
Speaking of movies,
Captain America put me the fuck to sleep. It's the first fucking movie in the Avengers series, right? So it's like, okay, this Brian's gonna make me watch the entire Avengers series, starting with fucking with Captain America, and it's like, I watched Captain America. I'm like, nope, done.
Yeah. I told you I saw the new Suicide Squad movie, right?
Yes, you did.
Did I tell them?
Yes, you did.
Oh, never mind, guys. There's like, if you have a thing about eyeballs, don't watch it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Like, I need to watch it again because, like, visually it was really good. But the story was, like, so like, everything was so predictable. Like, I didn't see the first Suicide Squad movie. So I don't know if that's just the corny comic book movie thing of it, or if that movie was bad. I honestly couldn't tell you.
So, like, they have different, like, is the new Suicide Squad like a sequel or is it a reboot? Because, like, you know, DC movies tend to suck.
I understand. I believe it is a sequel.
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know.
But then again, I didn't see the first one, so what the fuck do I know?
I can't get into these franchises. They're just like,
it's a lot to take in.
I get one bad movie and I'm just like, nope, done.
Yeah.
And that was the problem I had with, you know, that's why I've never seen any of the fucking Marvel Cinematic Universe thing. I saw Guardians.
Yeah.
But I saw Guardians before I saw Captain America.
Okay.
And I saw Captain America. Brian was like, we're going to start with the MCU. You're going to start with Captain America. It's the first one. All right, cool. And I fell the fuck asleep because that movie was so goddamn boring.
I mean,
there was a thing somebody was doing. They were like they would pay you to sit and watch the entire MCU.
Oh, really?
And I'm just like, do I have to stay awake?
Yeah, can they tell?
Because, like, if I have to stay awake and I got to watch Captain America, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
That movie sucked. No, it's not.
It's not music time. We have time before music time.
Anyway.
So, yes.
I don't know. Movies everybody likes that you thought sucked. I mean, you all know how I feel about Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I am still a fan of the Jurassic Park movies. I enjoy the imagining of people's versions of dinosaurs because we don't know exactly what they were like, but it's really cool to imagine. Don't you think?
Sure.
Okay. Movies that people liked that I thought sucked.
Laura says Iron Man.
You know, you guys bring up all these comic book movies.
I never saw Iron Man because I couldn't get through fucking Captain America.
Right? Willy's Wonderland. It's a great movie. That I've never heard of that.
Me neither.
Okay. Is that a porno? If so, the only movie I have ever walked out on was Iron Man.
I got to bring this back for that line. Board wrestling fan did exist. That was anyway.
I don't know.
Ooh, movies you've walked out on. Laura walked out of Iron Man.
I've never walked out on a movie.
I walked out on Jerry Maguire.
I just didn't pay attention. Like, me and my friends would, like, cause havoc in the movie theaters if the movie sucked. Like, I remember watching Patch Adams, which was a great movie, by the way. I would watch that one again. Mm-hmm. Even though it made me cry when I did pay attention to it. We were, like, putting Rolos in our mouth, and this is a horrible waste of Rolos. We were putting Rolos in our mouths. We're, like, 15. Like, we don't know. We don't have respect for anything. We're fucking getting them melty and throwing them at the screen and watching them stick to the screen.
I also walked out of Cloverfield, but that was because I was starting to get
motion sick.
Motion sick.
Yeah.
But like it was towards the very end of the movie, and then spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Cloverfield, I come to find out they all fucking die anyway.
Oh, you get invested in a character.
So it's like, why? Like you're supposed to be rooting for these people to beat the monster, and the monster fucking wins.
Yeah.
Like.
Well,
why did I sit here for 3.5 hours watching a movie where nobody could hold a fucking camera steady?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway. Mm-hmm. Nicolas Cage doesn't speak in it. It's like Five Nights at Freddy's meets Mortal Kombat. It's a horror comedy, Willy's Wonderland. That actually does sound pretty interesting. Karina acted like she was a grown-up when she was 15, throwing candy at the screen in a movie theater.
The thing is that I was with the most grown-up person that I knew that wasn't a grown-up, and that was my friend Kristen, who had a child when she was 15. This was like a big outing we had after she had the baby.
We used to go to the movies. We used to go to the Summit 6.
Where did you go? Summit 6? We used to go to the Lockport Cinema 8.
So we would go to the Summit 6, and we saw like Mortal Kombat. We saw Street Fighter. We saw like Beavis and Butthead and South Park and all that over there. Yeah. So
Yeah,
We went and saw movies about things we liked. So, you know, when we went and saw Jerry Maguire and that movie was fucking horrible, it's like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, we watched a lot of horror movies and a lot of sci-fi at the Lockport Cinema 8. Like Sleepy Hollow sticks out in my mind. I feel like me and my sister saw that one at least 3 times just in the theaters and now own it. Is it music time?
It is in 15 seconds, so...
You're acting like it's music time. So what are we going to play now?
This is Voice in Captivity. This is a band you found.
I was spending some time on Bandcamp, and I just went under the 716 tag and listened to a few things. Some of them turned out to not even be from this area. They did, though.
Yes, they did. But they don't have a Facebook page.
They don't.
They have a label page, and I think the label is the people in the band. This is as best as I can tell, and if they're listening, they can correct us in the chat. But the best I can tell, they are the label, and they do like different projects. Under the label, and the label is called
the Team Records.
The Team Records, yeah. But this is Voice in Captivity, and this song is called Live in Fear on all WNY Think So Joe Show. It was Voice in Captivity.
I really like it.
Song called Live in Fear. It's the longest song they have at 1 minute and 35 seconds.
That's pretty punk rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should have played 2 because now we have to come up with more content.
Yeah, well.
Oh, well. Do you want to smell my hands?
No.
Did you guys ever notice that there's not a good time to smell your hands?
What?
Okay, there is one acceptable time to smell your hands, and I will tell you when that is. If you are in Bath and Body Works and you are trying on smelly stuff. But like right now, I've been playing with my feet. It's not an okay time to be smelling my hands, and it's even less of an okay time to be having other people smell my hands.
Why does this sound like a Jerry Seinfeld bit? What is the deal with smelling your hands?
It's original content. This is all me, guys.
I know it is, but I mean, it just sounds like something Seinfeld would do. Like, what's the deal with smelling your hands? Especially after you touch your feet, you want to smell your hands? Do your hands smell good? Get your feet out of my face and out of my camera shot. Anyway.
I have orange toenails.
Yes, you do. Anyway. Yes. So. We were talking about movies that we've walked out on, or movies, movie theater etiquette when we were teenagers, or movies other people love that we hate, like me with Captain America, I guess.
I feel like I haven't even seen enough movies, especially recently, to know like.
I mean,
what
recent movies, I couldn't tell you shit. You know, like, I mean, I liked Mortal Kombat. But
was it good?
It was. I liked Tom and Jerry.
I didn't see that one.
I thought, I mean, like, it was, it wasn't great, but it was like, what the fuck else would you expect out of a Tom and Jerry movie
Okay.
with that's mixed with live action? Like it was a good plot, I guess. I enjoyed it. I don't know.
I think that since the last time that live action and animation were mixed well together is definitely and never going to be topped is Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Of course.
Other than that, Ted was good.
What about there was a movie like way before Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and I don't remember what the fuck the movie is. Family Guy parodied it.
Oh, that narrows it down.
Because it actually had Tom and Jerry in it.
Okay.
And it was the guy dancing with Jerry. The dude was wearing the sailor suit. You know what I'm talking about? Do you recall this at all? I remember seeing it on TV when I was a kid.
Like Dick Van Dyke?
I don't think it was Dick Van Dyke. I don't know.
That era?
Probably.
Shit, I don't know.
I don't know, but like Family Guy parodied it with Stewie in place of Jerry. I'm sure Mark Strickland knows what I'm talking about if he's still
help
watching.
us out.
But yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Sounds crazy. Live action animation Space Jam.
Space Jam, you're right.
Haven't seen the new one.
We have not seen the new one. It's on the list, though. I do intend to watch that.
I don't.
No? What about watching the old one again?
I'll watch the old one again.
Yeah, I would do that, too.
I mean, just because, Michael Jordan's way better than LeBron James at everything ever.
So Todd says this is some Mandela effect stuff.
He says the new one is poo. Space Jam.
Really?
John Johnson says, yeah.
Okay. Let's just watch the old one then.
Okay, I have it on DVD.
I know. But you're probably going to buy it on fucking digital.
I can probably just watch it on one of the streams we have.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure it's available on like one of them. Whatever one the new one's on, I think it's on.
Yeah.
Let me see. Just watch. And Space Jam.
There it is.
Not Jam. Space Jam.
Space Jam.
Is available on HBO Max.
Max.
So we can watch, and Hulu for that matter. So yeah. Get your hand. Gene Kelly. That's who it was. Thank you, Brooke.
Gene Kelly, thank you.
Yes.
Brooke, you are amazing.
Yes.
Brooke.
You knew somebody was going to come up with that in the comments.
Brooke.
But that's exactly what I was looking for.
Brooke, I love you.
Exactly what I was talking about. But yeah, I mean, Who Framed Roger Rabbit was just...
that was the best. Absolutely.
I actually watched that. Anchor's Away. That's right. That's what...
She would have all the answers. Brooke,
She's right.
rock and roll, dude.
But I was watching Who Framed Roger Rabbit the other day, and I'm watching... If you don't know, Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny have the exact same number of lines, like the exact same amount of dialogue. That was the compromise they had to reach between Warner and Disney.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. You can have Bugs, you can have Mickey, but they can't have more screen time than each other.
That's funny.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit scared the shit out of John Johnson because Judge Doom is a psycho.
Yeah, when I was little, totally scared me.
Uh-huh.
Now, I think it's a brilliant work of art.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Kind of like Jurassic Park.
Like when he got rolled over by the steamroller.
Oh, no.
That was like the worst for me when I was a kid, yeah.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, look, hey, that's, great special effects.
Yeah.
So.
And, I mean, a great story,
Mm-hmm.
It's just a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those movies that you can watch with the whole family because, like, there's adult jokes, but they're adult enough that the kids won't get them. And there's kid jokes, so it seems like everything is wholesome.
Playing patty cake.
Yeah.
Like, my parents let me watch this movie?
Right. Yeah.
Then Bob Hoskins became Mario. I tried to watch that movie once.
What movie?
The Super Mario Brothers movie.
I feel like I have watched it.
I tried to watch it once, and it's just like, nah.
But you have to remember that we didn't have video games, so I didn't have the same appreciation.
Okay.
Like, I've never...
So, like, you could have seen Super Mario Brothers and not had any connotation of, like, this is nothing like the video game.
Right. To me, it was just some Goombas running around or whatever.
Sure.
Whatever.
I don't know if I ever saw it. Did you ever see Return to Oz?
Yes. Okay, I was actually fucking obsessed with the Oz books. So those movies like really hit with me. And the Return to Oz one was so fucking scary. Like the villain, she could change heads.
Mm-hmm.
And like with different heads, it was like a different personality. So maybe she would remember you, maybe she wouldn't, if like you had done her wrong or whatever. And then there was these things on wheels that would chase after you. And then there was like this desert where like if you touched the sand, you would turn to sand. And then what else? What else was really scary? Oh, you know what was cool was the moose head couch bed machine.
Mm-hmm.
You got to see this movie, Joe.
I guess.
Oh my God, John Johnson. Thank you.
Todd points out in the comments that Bob Hoskins is visibly drunk throughout the Super Mario movie. It is absolutely true. I've actually I haven't like sat through this whole movie, and I don't know if I ever will. But apparently, like him and whoever plays Luigi, like they got the scripts and then they signed on for the movie, and then they changed the scripts entirely on them, and so they were just like, fuck it, and got drunk and just did the whole fucking movie drunk.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Beware the Wheelers. Yes, they're called the Wheelers. They were like some pre-ICP shit, like scary. Scary little, like compare to the Witch of the West, or the Witch of the one that survived, the flying monkey things in the Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
It's like the same idea, only these things are on wheels and really fucking fast.
We got the exact same comment from two people right in a row on two different platforms. John Leguizamo. That's what I thought it was. I wasn't sure.
You don't want to mistake somebody for John Leguizamo and like, you know,
right,
get it wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, John Leguizamo. It's kind of fun to say.
But yeah, I don't know. I
the Gnomekin doesn't allow chickens anywhere in Oz. That's so true. And Belinda the chicken, that wasn't good. You got to see this movie, Joe.
Okay. I'm trying to think of other
Can
movies.
we do a Joe Knows Jack? Can we pull this? Okay, listen, I will watch Up if you watch Return to Oz.
All right.
You have to watch Return to Oz first.
Done.
Okay. And Laura owes us $10.
I'm trying to think of other movies that like other people like that I hate that I haven't like gone on long rants about on the show already.
Yeah.
Like Titanic.
Yeah. I can't really remember when I'm trying to think of what movies suck. I can't think of any.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of movies that people are like, this movie's so great. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. Well, I have an excuse. I smoke weed.
That should make them better.
You're right. I should enjoy movies, but then I fall asleep. This is my catch-22.
I guess.
What are you playing with over there, huh?
Capo. Not a capo, slide.
List Space Jam, Super Mario Brothers, Willy's Wonder World, Return to Oz in your homework, Joe. Should we bring back Joe Knows Jack?
That means you got to watch movies too, though.
Okay, so. Okay. Let's start by getting through Return to Oz and Up, and we will remind you guys that you can tip us through
tips.thinksojoe.com
through October 1st, and we will donate it to charity, and this will go towards Joe watching Return to Oz and me watching Up. And we're both going to be outside of our comfort zones.
Look at that. That's available on Disney Plus.
It's available everywhere. We're watching it.
So
tonight.
we're watching Disney Plus.
Okay.
Get our money's worth. Get our $6.99 worth out of that. I got the bundle deal with the Hulu and the ESPN Plus. So once hockey season starts, damn right I'm getting my money's worth out of all that. Not that I don't already watching Hulu. Or watching The Simpsons every night. Of course, I've been watching Family Guy the last couple of nights.
Yeah, I've been enjoying that.
Most inspiring movie you ever saw. Like, what movie made you yell, fuck yeah? The Legend of Billie Jean for Brooke, which was a Joe Knows Jack. I've actually seen that. Yeah.
You know what? I don't know if it was the most inspiring movie to me, but a very like life-changing movie to me was Garden State. It's about an actor whose mother dies. I saw it for the first time not long after my father died. The ingenue role, the female, the young attractive female, is an epileptic, played by Natalie Portman. So I obviously love this character through and through. The music in this movie is great, and it's just kind of a coming of age movie. I own it, but I don't think I've made you watch it because it does make me bawl hysterically. But it's like when I need a good cry, I watch that movie. And it'll get me going, and then I'll cry for like 3 days straight,
John Johnson on Facebook says the most inspiring movie is The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke.
Sounds like he's speaking your language.
I've seen The Wrestler. I own it on Blu-ray. The very first time I saw The Wrestler, never seen this movie before. It's an Oscar-nominated movie for Best Picture, okay?
Okay.
It's about pro wrestling.
Really?
Of course I'm going to watch this fucking movie, right? I don't know anything about this movie going into watching it for the first time. I rented it from like a Redbox or something.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sitting there watching it, and Marissa Tomei's in this movie. She plays a stripper, and she's like, half naked in the,
Okay. Yeah.
And my ex is like getting mad at me. I'm like, I didn't know this was going to fucking happen. This is an Oscar-nominated movie about pro fucking wrestling. Like, I'm not watching it to see Marissa Tomei's 50-year-old naked body. Like,
although that probably didn't suck.
Not that sucked, but like, it's not why I'm watching the movie.
Right.
Like, Man on the Moon with Jim Carrey. She got mad at me. She got mad at me for that because there's a scene where Jim Carrey as Andy Kaufman is with some naked women. She got mad. I'm like, I didn't know this scene was in here. I haven't seen this movie in 20 years. Like, shut the fuck up, Most inspiring movie I ever saw. That is a good question. Like Forrest Gump, maybe. You can do anything.
Yeah, maybe.
Basically. I mean, look at all the shit he did. Which that's a movie that everybody seems to like, that I like.
Right. I like that one too.
Yeah.
You know what movie I think is horrible, but I really want to watch again? Austin Powers.
I've seen bits and pieces of those, and I'm just like, this is not for me.
Well, like, it was like the most grown-up humor that we could watch when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know, everybody our age is always quoting it and has been since we were in 8th grade.
I mean, it's weird that I don't like those movies because I like movies like Road Trip and Euro Trip and Old School and like those kind of movies.
I don't like, but Old School was good.
But like, I just seen like bits and pieces. I guess I don't like Mike Myers outside of Wayne's World. I think maybe that's it.
That's what it is.
Because, like, I can't think of another Mike Myers movie I like. I mean, Shrek, I guess.
I don't even really care for Shrek, but that's my music theory teacher in high school's fault. Because we had to listen at the end of the year to a song and notate it. And they chose whatever the Shrek 2 song was.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't All-Star. Gotcha.
No, it was... What the fuck was it? I don't know, but when I hear it... Oh, I'm a Believer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most inspiring movies. Brooke says 9 to 5 is another one for her. John says Rocky 2, coming from nothing to world heavyweight champion. I could see that.
I've never seen any of the Rocky movies.
I've seen all, except for the most recent one. I've seen all of the Rocky movies. So there was, which was, the only one I haven't seen is Creed 2.
Okay.
So I've seen them up until that one. Because that was a Joe Knows Jack.
Yeah.
That entire series. So, yeah, I could definitely Rocky is definitely like, even Rocky 1 is up there because it's like it basically comes from nothing and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a great choice there. Mighty Ducks. How's the Mighty Ducks for an inspirational movie?
I have not seen that since I was very young, but I do remember really enjoying it.
I just saw it last couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I watched it again.
Nice.
And now like Disney Plus is like, well, now you want to watch Mighty Ducks 2 and you want to watch Mighty Ducks 3. And I do want to watch Mighty Ducks 2 and 3. I just got to find some time to do so.
Yeah. But you have to watch The Return to Oz first.
I used to catch D3, the Mighty Ducks, on I would catch it on TV all the time, and I would always tune in at the worst possible moment in the movie.
Yeah.
Which is spoiler alert for a 20-something-year-old movie, okay? Where Hans dies.
Oh.
And it's like, oh man, like, why do I keep tuning in at this part? You know, that's like the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mighty Ducks is a great film.
Yeah. But Return to Oz.
Good to see that the actor who played Goldberg is turning his life around too. He was pretty bad for a little while there, and he's now I think like 6 months clean or something like that. So good for him.
That's great.
Yeah.
You know, on social media, I see people sharing their journeys through sobriety. And I gotta say, like, every single time, it makes me so happy to see people trying. Whether they have a serious substance problem or they just have a couple drinks a week and they're deciding, like, enough is enough. Or shit, even people who are like, I don't want to smoke anymore. I think it would be much better for me not to. Like, you guys fucking rock. Keep it up. Like, so many people going through... especially going through COVID times, it was very easy to fall into habitual things like drinking, smoking, hard substances, if that's your thing, you know, and seeing people who are like, yeah, I don't need this anymore. I really need to do something and turn my life around. Like, congratulations and keep it up to all of you guys who are doing that.
I've been seeing some of my friends dropping a lot of weight lately.
Yes.
And looking great, and I'm just like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
A good movie documentary to see is see From Bad to Good is The Resurrection of Jake the Snake Roberts. Absolutely great film.
I would watch that because I remember watching Jake the Snake back when I would watch wrestling with my dad back in those days.
If you didn't, Jake got really, really bad over the years, and Diamond Dallas Page came around and helped turn his life around, and now he's regularly appearing on Wednesday nights on my TV every week. So he's good for him back, because it was like, this dude's gonna die soon.
Yeah.
And same with Scott Hall. Like DDP turned his life around. It's like, this dude's gonna die before we get to see him again. And I just saw him at SmackDown last year, and it's like, hey, he looks good.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
It seems for wrestlers and pro athletes that it would be so easy to fall into addiction of any kind because they're going to, at some point in their career, need painkillers.
Sure.
And, we've seen over and over how the opioid crisis affects people. And, doctors are it's so easy to write the prescription, but it's not so easy to help the patient get off of the substance, which leads to harder addictions because it's hard to get, the regular medication and, leads to these hard addictions. But seeing those stories of people overcoming that's always wonderful.
John brings up the worst documentary. He says is Beyond the Mat. I actually liked Beyond the Mat, but I saw it like 20 years ago. Yeah. So I don't know if I would still like it if I watched it today. But like, I might have a completely different opinion if I watched it today. All I remember from that is he's gonna puke.
Oh man!
But which anyway, I don't know. What are some good documentaries that you've seen? What are some surprising documentaries that you did not think you were going to enjoy?
You know what? That Madonna documentary that you and I watched.
Sure,
that surprised me. I didn't realize what a badass Madonna actually
Madonna
was.
Yeah.
Like, not necessarily a badass. I never thought that she wasn't a badass, but I never realized she had, like, a point to it.
Yeah. I once was I was trying to fall asleep. So I was like, I'm going to pick the most boring looking documentary that I can possibly find. And I found one called Terms and Conditions May Apply. And it's literally...
That sounds boring as fuck.
It is literally about the Google terms and conditions.
Yeah.
It was fascinating. I watched the whole damn thing.
Oh, no.
I sat there. I was like, man, this is actually really good.
Probably not your cup of tea, but there's, oh God, I can't remember the name of it. Somebody's pharmacopoeia. It follows this dude who looks like he's just all like science teachery or whatever, but he is science teachery, but he is about psychedelic drugs, and he travels the world and experiences and learns about the local subcultures surrounding psychedelic drugs.
Okay, I think I've seen some of that.
Yeah, and it's a whole docuseries.
Okay.
And it's something that I put on to fall asleep because I can't sit down and you guys don't know how hard it's going to be for me to watch up. You really don't. We need more than $10 for charity. We really
No, you already said you're watching it, so you're stuck now.
I know, but I get to watch Return to Oz.
You do.
And that's a good one. But actually, I wonder if Allison has that on DVD. But we don't need it.
It's
don't need
literally
it.
on Disney
but
Plus.
I would rather, you know how I feel about like physical, like CDs and DVDs. I like discs, the little discs, the littler discs.
I once digital came, I was like, who the fuck needs CDs? Get the fuck out of here with this shit.
Yeah.
Except for like, sometimes it would be cheaper to buy the CD that comes with the auto rip.
True.
Than it would be to just buy the digital copy. Like, why is it costing me less to buy a physical copy of this album that comes with a digital copy? Instant download digital copy. I don't have to wait for this thing to get here and punch in a code or nothing. It literally, as soon as I hit the order, I have this in my library. Why does it cost me less for that than it costs me to just buy the digital copy? That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that would be like, okay, now I'm going to buy this CD because now it just makes sense to buy the CD because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, for the most part, like, it's so much easier for me to just, download music or buy music digitally or buy movies digitally or, and then I don't got to get up.
I know.
Except now I'm like, 450 records in and listening to vinyl all the time.
Yeah.
So, and to an extent, I can't stand like singles.
Okay.
Because it's like, oh, great, I listened to one song. Now I have to get up and flip the record again.
Right.
I got something in this past week.
What'd you get?
Oh, let me get it.
Oh no.
Let me get it.
I don't know what he's getting.
This is for you wrestling fans and you Green Jello fans out there.
Oh, I know what he's getting. This is pretty neat. I haven't listened to it though.
So I became friends with Bill Manspeaker of Green Jello on Facebook.
Yes.
And he was one of the first things I ever saw him post was about recording a song called Leader of the Gang. It's clear, you're good. With Mr. Hulk Hogan and the Wrestling Boot Trash Can Band. And he's telling this story of being in Hollywood and, he gets a call from somebody purporting to be Hulk Hogan's manager. Like, hey, Hulk wants to do a song with you guys. And yeah, right, whatever. And then he's like, no, meet us down at this cafe, seriously. And he goes to this cafe and Hulk Hogan's sitting there like, yeah, brother, I want to do a song with you guys. And that became Leader of the Gang. Hulk Hogan with Hulk Hogan and the Wrestling Boot Trash Can Band with Green Jello. And I finally got a hold of a copy.
That's great. I'm really happy for you. I would like to listen to that one.
Yes.
Yes.
I very much was very it just popped in my head, hey, I should get this, and I found it for I think like $10.
Nice.
For like I think it was like 15 total shipped from Europe. So
Cool.
Yes, Carnage Rules is in the
Yes.
Spider-Man Venom SNES game,
Okay.
which I also have on vinyl over here. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, I was excited to get that. John's talking about a movie called Ice Guardians, which is about fighting and the goons in hockey, which I actually have a book that is like the opposite of that, basically, where they talk about, the effects of fighting on the players in hockey, which I found I was... I read this entire book. I found it really fascinating. And then I went to a game and a fight broke out. I'm like, I don't know if I really want to cheer for this.
Yeah.
Like, knowing what these guys are putting their bodies through, it's basically bare knuckle boxing,
Yeah.
with no training. So, like, let's not root for these guys to get concussions.
Right.
So,
Oh, Laura says it's song time. What do we got? What do we got?
This is Fox 45.
Yes. Another one of Rick's suggestions, though he didn't suggest it this week.
Right. And this song is called The In Between on all WNY Think So Joe Show. Fox 45 on all WNY Think So Joe show.
Yeah, I feel like maybe they're playing sometime this week, and
Okay.
that's what made me think of them. But like I said, I didn't do my homework directly, so sorry.
Todd says, let's face facts. Rob Ray was never going to be a rocket scientist. He's pretty right about that. Anyway.
That was
He's
that
not
was
a bad-
the big blonde guy, right? That
Sh-
used to get in fights.
yes.
Okay, I pay attention.
We had a videotape, a VHS tape when I lived in Niagara Falls. When we first started, right before we started Think So Brain, actually, because I was living with my first bass player, and he bought a VHS tape off eBay that was like every single Rob Ray fight.
Wow.
And we just sat there for hours just watching Rob Ray beat the shit out of people. And it's like, they have, what's called the Rob Ray rule in the NHL.
Is that the one about your shirt going over your head?
You have to have your shirt strapped down, your jersey. And that's because of Rob Ray, because Rob Ray would let the guy pull his shirt off. So now the dude's got nothing to grab onto, and Rob Ray's just firing away. So, like, we're watching, like, all these fights, and it's all the same. Just Rob Ray getting his shirt pulled off, beating the shit out of somebody. And then, like, you get to the season where it's like, oh, he's not allowed to do that anymore. He's got to have his jersey strapped down to his pants, and, like, he's still beating people up. It's just, like, he's not losing his shirt doing it.
It's just a little different. A little less flesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just saw Rob Stiggs he's down 7 pounds.
Good for him. Didn't he recently
Quit
quit
drinking.
drinking? That
Yep.
could be a huge factor in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm seeing all my friends start to get healthier, and that's kind of inspiring. And
Yeah.
it's kind of why I'm
Well-
like, if I maybe drink water instead of Pepsi, and
Well, you have been paying for a DDP yoga subscription for how long?
I have.
How has that been doing for you?
Anyway. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I need DDP to come get me. And I mean, I'm not on drugs or nothing, but like,
I mean,
you know,
you're on a lot of Pepsi.
I'm on a lot of caffeine, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm on way more caffeine than you. Chugging Monsters like you're chugging Pepsi. Chris Nealon is famous because there has to be glass separating the ejected player from the team, so they don't fight on the bench. It's called the Nealon glass. Did I say that right?
I don't know. Probably.
That's cool.
Yeah. I don't know. There's also the Sean Avery rule where you can't stand facing the goaltender and like get in his face.
Oh, that's a thing.
I'm surprised there's not like a million Sean Avery rules. That dude was an asshole. But anyway.
So who's excited about hockey season? When's that start?
October.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Almost.
It's September right now, guys.
Almost. Yes, it is September.
It's September.
It's September, and that means that football season is right around the corner. Which means go Niners. I watched the preseason game the other I was watching the preseason 49ers game the other day because it was on. I'm like, ooh, 49ers game's on. I could watch it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Preseason, I don't get to watch preseason games. And usually when I'm watching regular season games, I have to kind of obtain them through
I
perhaps
understand.
nefarious means. But I'm like, ooh, 49ers game's on. And they get to like the third quarter, maybe the fourth quarter, and they're like, okay, now we bring you to Foxborough where the Patriots are playing the Giants, and we're going to continue on with this game. Like,
What?
the fuck?
So they stopped covering your game?
Like, wait, you've been showing this game since the opening kickoff, and now you're going to switch to a different game in the middle of this game. That's not how broadcasting is supposed to fucking work. You're supposed to finish showing this game before you go to the other game and join that in progress.
Yeah, I agree.
And my tweet was, didn't we learn anything from the Heidi Bowl?
Yeah, I even know about that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I know about that.
I thought I was going to have to explain
no,
that. Okay.
my dad had this book that we got at like D&K or some junk
Oh,
store.
jeez. Okay.
And it was like a Christmas gift one year, and it was like an encyclopedia of football stuff. And I remember going through it and like reading that whole book with him. And I remember the Heidi. I thought it was hilarious.
Uh-huh.
But like football fans didn't.
Yeah, no, I mean, it wasn't. If you're watching the fucking Super Bowl, and I get it was like Super Bowl 3, right? I mean,
right,
it wasn't like
as big of a deal as Super Bowl 30.
It wasn't like as big of. It wasn't like the spectacular that it is now, but it was still like a big deal because it's the championship game of football.
Right.
Like you're watching this game, and all of a sudden the fucking movie Heidi comes on. You don't see the end of the fucking game, which like was apparently like a really exciting finish to the game too.
That's so funny.
Did we learn nothing from the Heidi Bowl that you want to fucking you want to end a game in progress to go to another game?
Right.
Like that, it was just like, this is the dumbest fucking thing. So then I had to go and I'm like, I'm invested in this game now. I want to see the end of the game. So I had to go find the end of the game elsewhere because I'm sure if I would have thought about it at the time, I probably could have watched the rest of it on like the NFL app or something.
Right.
But I mean, like the NFL Network is just like, oh, we're going to go to this game now. Like, no. You go to this game in progress after this game's over.
Right.
That's how this fucking works.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, hey, for a second.
Yes.
John Johnson is excited about hockey season, as I had asked a little bit earlier. And this is how excited John Johnson is. He made a jersey for his daughter when she is born in February. Her name is Finley, and her number is 22, her birth year. And, dude, congratulations. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Is this your first kid? I'm super curious about everything about your life now. Yeah, congratulations. That's a really cool name, Finley. I like that.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah, but I'm super excited for football season. Well, 100 messages, first kid. He says.
First kid, wow.
100 messages in chat today.
Yeah, thanks for that,
Thank you, guys.
guys. We got a trophy or something.
Yeah, we've hit an achievement on Restream. Anyway, we can tweet about it apparently if I click the link there. Anyway, super excited about football season. I'm really excited about hockey season.
Yeah.
Despite the Sabres giving us absolutely nothing to be excited about in this off season. You know, like we got rid of Sam Reinhart's gone, like Jack Eichel, who knows what the fuck's going on with him. He just fired his agent because his agent couldn't get him out of Buffalo fast enough.
Wow.
So like, who knows what's going to happen this season? This might be the worst, considering the Sabres are the team that have had the worst record in NHL history. This could be the worst Sabres team we've ever put on the ice.
Great. But, you know, it's still something to do to get out of the house.
Ryan McEnany and I will still be at every possible game we could go to. So.
I would like to make it to at least one or two.
Yeah, I'm still excited about the season. I think, you know, I think just watching the end of last season and what the coach did to turn them around after how bad of a season they were having.
Yeah.
You know, they might kick ass and win. And here's the thing is I truly believe in the power of good coaching.
True.
Not just from like, you know, Gordon Bombay Mighty Ducks standpoint, you know what I mean? Like fictional movies, you know, that are made to feel good, you know, but like watching the 49ers for decades suck almost as bad as the Bills, almost. And then, you know, they got, why am I drawing a blank on his name? He was like, jeez.
I'm sorry, I can't help.
Yeah, I know you can't. It's on the tip of my tongue, but it's not there. Anyway, so they get a good coach. They make the fucking Super Bowl. And then they fire the fucking coach because he didn't get along with somebody. Or, you know, whatever. They fired half the head office. And then the Niners, you know, floundered for a little bit. And then they got, you know, their current coach, Shanahan. And they've been doing, you know, other than injuries last season, they've been doing pretty well. So I'm very well aware of what a good coach can do for a team.
Yeah.
Having seen how the Niners have turned around twice because of good coaches. Jim Harbaugh, by the way, was the coach I was trying to think of.
Okay.
Anyway.
So I'm excited about hockey season because I do want to attend at least a couple of games. But also, I haven't had a reason to wear my gold and blue plaid leggings since, God, 2019, I guess.
Uh-huh.
So I want to wear my leggings.
I can't wait to be back in the arena. And
Yeah, it'll feel good.
Sabres were in Bruce Almighty with the Stanley Cup. That's true.
That's funny.
What you're saying is we need a local guy to become God.
All right, who are we picking?
Grant from the Dreadnecks.
Yes. I could get down with that religion.
If only Grant were watching, I'll have to tell him about this later.
When you reshare this link later, just tag him.
I have not been to a minor league game. I've been to a practice squad game.
Wasn't that at KeyBank?
It was at across from
Arena?
KeyBank, the Harbor Center.
Oh, okay.
I happened to be. It was a prospects game, is what they call it. It was between Pittsburgh and Buffalo. I happened to be on my way downtown, and I happened to catch on the Sabres page like, oh, we're about to go live from KeyBank Center or from Harbor Center with, the Sabres and the Penguins prospect game, and I'm like, can anybody just go to this game? And they're like, yeah, it's like $5. I'm like, well, shit, I'm going to see a hockey game. Fuck it. So I went and I'm sitting there watching the Sabres and Penguins prospects play.
That doesn't suck.
Wearing a Living Brain Dead hoodie that you could see if you're watching the live stream.
Nice.
Like, yeah, okay, cool. I'm like 2 rows up from the ice. And that was a lot of, that was pretty fun. And then I came home with like 2 hockey pucks and concert tickets. Because that's what I was originally going downtown for, was some Aquabats tickets.
I remember the night of that show. You guys had a lot of fun. Those of you who came to tutor at.
Yeah. I was hanging out with Jay from On the Cinder,
and
Alex. Brandon was there, dressed in full Aquabats regalia.
Was he?
Yes,
you
he
never
was.
told me that detail.
I didn't tell you that?
No, I didn't know. Oh,
yeah, Brandon was in a whole Aquabats getup.
Damn it! I want to see.
That was such a good show. That was the Aquabats and MC Lars and Cuckoo Kangaroo.
What a fun lineup.
Oh, very much, very very much so.
Speaking of concerts, what's the next one we go to?
Bayside, Bomb Pops, Hawthorne Heights, Census Fail. That's 1 week from tonight, so we're back on Tuesday next week.
Guys, next Tuesday.
Thank you for that reminder to remind them that we will be back on Tuesday next week. 1 week only on a Tuesday night.
Yes.
So we're going to that, and then like 2 weeks after that Tuesday, we're going to a show.
Yeah.
I guess. So that was just told to me that I was going.
Oh, yeah, to see the sword.
See the sword.
That's
that's
gonna be really good.
We got a nice little concert calendar coming up.
We sure do.
Especially like this month. So.
And did I tell you that Music is Art is Allison's birthday this year?
I'm aware of that.
Isn't that great?
That is.
She actually might want to go.
I need to get back to my ex-wife and remind her that I'm getting Madison on Sunday, so Madison doesn't have to go to next week. So Madison doesn't have to go to Music is Art with me again because she doesn't want to.
She did not seem to have that much fun, especially when the Dreadnecks were playing.
She said Grant scared her.
Yeah,
anyway,
Grant scared the shit out of her.
So this Saturday is Mueller Mania, of course, at Tudor Lounge, 7 o'clock doors.
Mm-hmm.
First band starts at 8. We're going to see Bayside and the Bomb Pops a week from today. We're going to see the Bomb Pops and possibly all of Hawthorne Heights before we leave, because I don't know anything by Census Fail or Bayside, and I don't particularly care to find out about bands that existed 20 years ago. The weekend, so that weekend, the 11th and 12th, the 11th is, of course, the Music is Art Festival going on at Buffalo River Works. So go check out, support all the bands and artists that are performing there, even though, Riverworks is kind of on my shit list over that whole, nobody wants to work because of government handouts. Well, they took one, but anyway. Yeah. September 12th, Stamps is reopening in North Tonawanda.
Yes.
Bunch of great bands on there. The Dreadnecks are on there.
Isn't Yellow Sauce on there?
I was
Or am
getting to
thinking-
that.
I'm sorry.
Steal my thunder here. Anyway, the Dreadnecks are on that. Claymore is on that.
Oh, great.
Yellow Sauce is on that. We're playing at 8 o'clock. I want to be there by 7 because I guess that's when the Dreadnecks are on.
Nice. You're going to have to follow the Dreadnecks.
What else is new? I'm always stuck following the goddamn Dreadnecks.
It's rough.
Following weekend, we're in Rochester. We gotta buy bus tickets still.
Yeah, we got to figure that out because I got to see if I can possibly work on the Sunday.
Well, we gotta buy bus tickets, and then we'll
that's
know.
What
So-
that was my point.
But yeah, we're going. That's for Flogging Molly and the Violent Femmes, and Me First in the Gimme Gimmes.
Oh my God. I'm so excited to see Me First in the Gimme Gimmes. I've been making everybody at work listen to them.
Then we've got absolutely nothing in October except for our shows.
Right.
Bergfest is the 23rd.
Yeah.
And then November, we're going to see Anti-Flag with Bad Cop, Bad Cop.
Woo.
And then later that week, Bad Religion and Alkaline Trio.
Yeah.
And then my birthday shows, the 13th.
Right.
October 9th, don't forget about the All WNY punk show
Yes.
with the Living Brain Dead and Johnny Revolting and Lucky 33
That's
and
gonna be a great
Tsunami Surprise.
Surprise.
Yeah. There'll be a show on my birthday too. We're looking for one more band right now. So
if you're interested.
and then of course I'm going to see Metallica in December. So
Yeah.
Living Brain Dead does need to come to Virginia.
That would be neat.
That's something we may discuss. We've got friends down there.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
you know, we don't have friends in bands down there, so that might pose a problem. We have
kind of a different clique.
we have friends who live and work down there, but we don't have friends in bands or venues down there, so we'll
Hook us up, John Johnson.
you know, that would have been a thing to talk to Brian about, unfortunately. So we'll figure it out. We'll get a hold of we'll find some bands and stuff down. We got friends who have friends, so
That's true.
you know, we'll talk to friends and find friends and get shows going somewhere. So
Yeah.
we'll be down in Virginia at some point, I'm sure.
That would be cool.
Right now, we're just looking forward to playing back here in New York, so for the first time since last March.
Yeah.
So we're very excited about that. We're already now that John's clear to be clear to
Yeah.
play, like
That's huge.
we're like, okay, let me get through this weekend and then we'll go from there.
I'm very excited about this weekend.
Let me just see how many fucking XLR cables I need for all these drum mics I just got.
Yeah. So Mueller Mania this weekend, Saturday
Yes.
at Tudor. It's going to be Inherent Vice, Poison and Prose, XM Priory, and Tokyo Monsters. There's going to be pins. There's going to be patches. They will both be for sale. There will be cookies and possibly some banana breads. There will be a basket raffle. There will be 50-50 drawing, if not several 50-50 drawings. We got the tickets. We might as well do it, you know. What else? What else are we going to have? Joe's going to be hosting it. He doesn't know what the plan is yet.
I have a general idea of how I'm going to start.
Yeah, so come see what Joe pulls out of his ass.
Yes,
That'll
basically.
be great.
Yeah.
Will there be punch and pie? John Johnson wants to know. There will be cookies. There will be cookies.
More people will come if they think we have punch and pie.
What? Oh my God.
I got the reference as soon as he said it. Anyway,
You guys.
we were told there would be punch and pie.
Well,
Anyway,
because he's in for punch and pie.
anyway, if you're closer to Centerville than you are to Buffalo and you don't want to come all the way out here, there is a party going on somewhere out there.
Where's Centerville? Please tell me.
I have no idea.
Oh,
There's a party going on out there. The Long Cold Dark are playing. The Dreadnecks are playing. It's gonna be. It sounds
that
like
sounds good.
it's gonna be a really good time, and it's why we couldn't get the Dreadnecks.
Oh shit. Okay.
Or the Long Cold Dark. I didn't even know the Long Cold Dark was doing shows right now, and
Yeah.
apparently they're doing a show in Centerville, a party. I I don't know the details on that really, other than it is the same night as Mueller Mania.
Okay.
And that everybody feels really bad about it too, but they were already booked before we started booking for this, which is understandable because we threw this whole thing together in 2 months.
Yeah.
So
if you guys are interested in donating band merch, theme baskets, or anything else, gift certificates, whatever, to the basket raffle, we are still accepting. You can tweet me, you can Instagram me, you can Facebook me. Inbox me though. Don't comment, especially on Twitter. I don't know how to use that shit.
So there, you can. The Dreadnecks are on Spotify and Google Play. Their latest EP, which is Fishing with Dynamite, is not available online. You have to get it from them. But if you go, like, you just Dreadnecks, DREDNEKS.
Right.
And you can find them
Anywhere.
basically anywhere.
Just not this last EP.
Beast of Boredom was a great EP,
Yeah.
or a great album rather. But yeah, I had to actually get a physical copy of Fishing with Dynamite.
Yeah.
I traded with Grant for a physical copy of Falls Count Anywhere.
Nice.
I did not send him a bunch of confetti.
Yeah. Thanks, Grant. Every time.
Yeah, probably iTunes too.
Yeah. iTunes still exists, or is it?
Yeah, it's Apple Music.
Oh,
but
it's the
yeah,
same thing,
Same
though?
thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I know, you basically assume. Anyway. But
yeah, we're almost out of time. So what's the last song?
so this is Tokyo Monsters. They're going to be playing at Mueller Mania on Saturday nights. And this song is called Witch Hunt, and I still have 10 seconds left, 15 seconds left to kill.
Well, we really hope that we see you guys on Saturday. How much is the cover?
$5.
$5, Tudor Lounge, 7 o'clock. Be there or don't.
Just be there.
Yeah, just be there.
Yeah. This is Tokyo Monsters, a song called Witch Hunt on All WNY. Think So Joe Show. We'll see you next Tuesday.
I thought this one would be fun, but it's so complicated. You never leave us, but can you still pretend? It's just the angels, and angels will judge you. You point the fingers, but you're the living proof. Pretend, 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 and say amen. Pretend, pretend, pretend. Come under the gun like you own another return. And come for a blind light to know we're gonna get some. Jump in the stakes 'cause skies get darker, yeah. Gotta run, gotta hide yourself from the monsters. The little puppets are dancing on the strings. You want justice, the devil never swings. You short bet the tightening of the noose. When the fangs sink in, the walls are on the loose. Pretend, 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 and say amen. Pretend, pretend, pretend. From under the gun like you own another return. And come for a blind light to know we're gonna get some. Jump in the